Hello, and welcome to Jarviskjir, Rock of the North. It's been a little while, but we're all back, we're all here. We're mostly queer, and we unfortunately have to live with it. Such is life. One, it's hot pretty much everywhere, so everyone's in a weird mood anyway. Two, most of us are drinking or have drunk, so weird mood. Three, internet bad. I don't really do anything about that, but there's a high chance, as has been discussed, that my internet may become a modern Ouroboros eating its own ass forever. With those warnings out of the way, we're here for a D&D show.
You almost recreated a meme, Ollie. It's that video where the guy's like, pretty much everywhere, it's gonna be hot. And I don't even...
I wish I did that meme! That's... Damn it!
And I don't need a jacket.
I don't need a jacket!
It's like if you bought that meme off Wish, basically.
Yeah! Oh, I'm so sad. That's such a good meme. That's so... Oh, and it would have been great. That's sad.
Both have been good ideas.
Oh, well. Well, now everyone's nicely disappointed. I'm in the perfect position to begin DMing for today.
Yo, here's a good segue. It's also hot in the game where Pete is about to get devoured by a lava monster.
You're right. It actually is.
No.
It's really great. It's not like one of those things where it's like, oh, it's really hot. Let's do like a really snowy campaign. True story. When Skyrim came out, there was a heat wave in the UK too, which now I think about it, probably wasn't as hot as yesterday was because the world is hotter than it used to be.
Yeah.
But like playing Skyrim and being so immersed in this really detailed Todd Howard experience, like genuinely cooled me down. That said, we're like doing the opposite today because yes, you're still in the Fire Giant Fortress. Although, last session, you did defeat the Fire Giant Lord, seemingly the last of the Fire Giant nobles who was aiming to awaken the slumbering Fire Giant army here. Their goals were kind of confusing, and you kind of said he was mad and insulted him to his face. But you did nearly, like, you made a lot of good points, and he was willing to listen, mostly. But it did end up in fisticuffs, and you did kill him. Vincent broke his fucking foot off. With repeated tackles, basically.
Yeah.
And that's not even an exaggeration, or he wasn't there. That literally happened.
Oh, I believe it. I'm not surprised.
After all that, you guys still need a solution, though, to the Fire Giant's awakening. There are so many Fire Giants here, uncountable, all in a state of slumber. The moisture in the air is keeping them asleep, and you are trying to undo what the Lord, the Vitruvius, and the Fire Lizards had done to try and slowly awaken people. And he was pretty clear. It's like, oh, they are going to wake up regardless. You know, it's too late. You can't stop it, kind of thing. Of course, you went back to the temple. You poked around. You poked around in a science lab as well. When you were back in the temple, you did what is the solution to many problems. You shoved Peep into a tight hole. Hole got hot. And Peep is now in a perilous situation. As Peep reactivated the sort of heat engines in this temple, this pipe organ apparatus that goes up into the sky, the very cooled, kind of congealed slag and detritus under the temple seem to awaken and lunge up at Peep, and that is where we are going to start today's session.
Does Peep have a rope tied around him?
Yeah, we did.
Peep does have a rope tied around him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're all going to pull.
You're used to this technique. You've gone through this, you know. You know to tie a rope around Peep if Peep's going back in a tight little hole. So I put Peep over here.
That's just where we are.
It's just this is just what you do as a party, you know.
I should probably open roll 20.
You should probably open roll 20.
I opened my notes, I just forgot. Well, funny.
To be fair, we've definitely had sessions before, especially in the Monday campaigns, where you totally could have gone away with not having rods be open at any time in D&D, just because of the way they go. It's going to be a roll initiative banger. I'm not going to give the monster a surprise round or anything, because it's kind of still awakening. Everyone feel free to roll initiative. I guess you guys with the rope are probably closer to the tunnels.
Where
Yo.
would Cinder be reappearing?
If Cinder was gone, Cinder's probably going to be reappearing either in like the doorway, because that's how Fae do.
Dramatic doorway entrance.
Fae just have
What's
an
going on in
unnatural
here?
knowledge of like where's the most dramatic place to enter a room. It's subconscious. They can't stop thinking about it even if they wanted to, but they do want to think about it. Admittedly, that is only 2 flavors of Fae, one of which is Cinder's flavor. And yes, Fae do come in flavors. Wow. Okay, this monster rolled a 1 for initiative, which means pretty much nothing is gonna happen for a little while. But, actually, as Cinder entering the temple where the party is, this is a good time to really describe the scene. Snow and Vincent have this rope. The rope goes down kind of into the back wall of this area where there's all the pipes and mechanisms where Peep is, and you could hear Peep kind of squirming and scrabbling, and now it's all lit up again. Embers have kind of choked out of the devices in some ways. Actually, it's the opposite. Now I think about it, is you have unlit some of it because you're trying to turn off the dryness, essentially. Definitely things are moving opposite how they were before. There is a strain in the machines that is literally Peep. And Snow and Vincent are holding the rope that has Peep on it. And that lard is probably just, you know, there with an advising eye.
When you said something, I thought of the perfect one-liner that we should have used on the fire giant. After we killed him, we should have said like, "Rest in hell, your dryness."
Too late now. Would have been good. Would have been great.
Hurt me.
Would have been good.
He wants to dry everything out.
That hurt me. I took
I
psychic
gave you a
damage from
chance
that.
too. He didn't die instantly. You had a
I
chance to
know,
come back
I just-
for a one-liner.
It's just when you said dryness a few seconds ago, I was like, "Oh my god, we missed out." Oh.
I'm glad you appreciated it, because I felt really
I'm-
weird saying the word dryness out loud.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, it's better than some other words that could have been said.
It's like,
but-
I was like, is dryness a word? And my brain's not doing great on the DMing front, but it's fine. So Cinder, you come in to see this scene. You don't see any kind of monster now, but there's kind of gurgling and clanking in the pipes. And this is the same
Wait.
place where you fought the fire lizards before. Fire lizards are
Yeah.
somewhere Augustus glooped in the pipes.
Did
Not
you call me
wrong.
Grim?
No, I called you. I might have. I don't know. I don't know at this point. Cinder.
Oh, hi. I don't know what's happening.
So it's pretty much to sort of get yourself in position to work out what's going on in time.
Yeah. Boop. She's gonna hold her action with an arrow.
Mhm.
On
Okay.
whatever decides to show up.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. That is gonna mean you're gonna shoot Peep if Peep comes out first, but that's fine.
I didn't
probably
mean like
deserve it.
I meant that in an enemy
yeah.
kind of way. She's not gonna shoot Pete.
No. Isn't she? Okay. After that is Peep themselves. This creature is coming out of the ground. This mass of slag, metal detritus from the magma.
As brave and valiant as Peep is, Peep's getting the fuck out of Dodge. I'm guessing it's a case of like 1, 2.
Yeah, I gave you stairs.
Can I just go straight up there?
Yeah.
Like up? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. I cannot go any further.
You will people out of the tubes and tunnels with a clodding cloud of smoke. Excuse me, this isn't a battle playlist, by the way.
It's so calm.
You feel that?
It's very calm.
You feel the
So
tension?
relaxing.
I don't hear it.
That well.
It is a
Not
little
surprising.
quiet.
Why, yeah.
Yeah, Peep just out of it. There's probably a whole cloud of ash as well behind you. And a clanking of a creature.
There's a big lava monster in there. It came alive. Jump down.
Is it coming after you?
It was trying to get me.
I guess so it'd be pulling out his weapon. Oh, I mean, well, not yet, but on his turn, he's. Well, I guess we should be ready for it.
Hi guys.
Where have you been?
You turn
have
around,
been? Yes.
and you see Cinder, and there's that little music cue from when Legolas does something dramatic in the Hobbit movies. There's that little, like, flute cue. It's just plays.
I fell in a portal and I just got back. Hi.
Hi. Lava monster coming at us. Get ready.
Okay. Burst out of the tube, going, oh yeah.
It's a little Kool-Aid Man. It's if the Kool-Aid Man was filled with hot magma, which honestly we don't know he wasn't.
Yeah.
The great mighty flume.
There's definitely stats for the Kool-Aid Mans out there somewhere.
Now I gotta
There's
draw
gotta
the
be.
Kool-Aid
There's
Man.
probably.
Snow, you are up next.
Okay, so wait, which pipe was it? In the right one or the left one?
It
Sorry.
was just this was just sort of it's
Oh.
gonna come out this way somewhere.
Yeah, I guess Snow would have his weapon out, his battle axe, and I guess he'll ready an attack, like prepare an attack. If it pops out, he's just gonna smack it.
Yeah, right now you're just standing there and it's super horror movie stuff. You're just hearing like
Yeah,
the metal clanking. Elhard,
yeah.
same deal.
Yes, he is ready to blast it with some magic.
Okay. Vincent.
Vincent's gonna draw his sword and shield and just ready himself as best he can.
Okay. Clanking, crunching, this mass. First, just a part of it, and then all of it kind of flowing out at once. It is viscous. It's like a thick, almost honey-like liquid kind of cools and reheats and cools again. It is very much like drying magma, but it's got that very metallic quality of slag metal. And it lurches out vaguely at Snow with what you could almost call limbs, but not really. It's just a mass. What is your AC right now, Snow?
I will use my reaction with my shield to give disadvantage.
15 is the magic number.
Well, it's gonna end up being a 1 with the Vincent disadvantage. So it's definitely like you slam the thing and it goes back into the pipe mouth for a bit. It completely recedes for a second there.
Would this trigger my...
This triggers
I guess
everyone's
all our attacks?
opportunity, everything.
Yeah. Let's go.
It's a D&D classic.
Yeah. Yeah, there's mine. Oh,
Yeah,
that's good.
both
man.
2 hits so
It is-
far.
It is a magic weapon too. Mine.
Yes. Massively useful. That's going to be a miss on Ray of Frost.
Again.
Oh, did I accidentally add... I think I minused that health from you, Snow. Let me undo that.
Oh.
You're very nearby.
It reflects damage.
Yeah! Okay. Yeah, it's going to recede back after being wanged by the silver dragon scale shield. It is like not humanoid, but there's definitely something alive about the way it does that. They're very understandable living creature reaction to that.
Do we get a long rest at the? After
You did a
killing
long
the
rest
giant?
after the giant.
Yeah,
You
we did. Yeah.
Oh,
some effort
okay.
to do
So
that.
I can reset Cinder's stuff.
Yeah. Although maybe you didn't rest on it. We don't know.
Did I get a long rest?
Cinder rested. Cinder teleported somewhere and was like, might as well sleep.
That
We're
seems
like
legit.
We're in a battle for our lives.
Had a little
It's like
sigh.
at nap time.
Probably. I mean, that's. Yeah.
Peep.
Let's see. Can I squeeze in here?
Yeah,
Nice.
you can. You might want to have to stand up on one of the. Yeah, you would have to stand on one of the sides of the piping to not. If you don't want to have cover.
Okay, yeah, I'll like clamber up. Like, alright.
To be fair, the magma
Stand-
is like cooling, so it's fine.
Yeah. Advantage with attack tactics.
Right.
And so wing.
God damn.
Ugh.
That one is going to be a miss. While all your magical strikes have hit so far, that finally the just tough surface of the thing does not break. Every cut you're making in it, it kind of seals back over somewhat.
God damn it.
But still good. You've done good damage.
That's it.
Okay. Snow.
Yeah, he will try to, I think, like maneuver around it. So that way, kind of like, I don't know. Is it really flankable? Would you say?
Yeah.
You said it's like
yeah.
crawling up, basically.
Anything
But
can be flanked, my friend.
yeah, I guess the idea is that it has to like look both ways now. So he's gonna start just start smacking at it. I'm gonna reckless attack actually. Oh no, I don't need to because I'm flanking. Sorry, I'm so used to my own like house rules I use where it only gives +2 to flank.
Right. Which, to be fair,
but-
is totally valid.
Yeah, but
That's what I do as well.
but this is
I just like it.
and this,
Easy.
if anything, this is better for me here. So I could just normal attack at it, and let's see. I'm actually not raging it either, by the way. Just
That's a hit, and yeah, you're not raging. That's totally fine.
All right, then another attack. Let's see.
The hit.
Yeah, so it's just bashing the thing.
You're bashing the thing. When you do get a strike on it, it recedes slightly more, but that almost makes more parts pour out of it almost, and those parts kind of grip onto the metalwork and keep pulling. Like it's still pulling out and
Okay.
pushing out at you guys, but it is.
Yeah.
You are hitting it and striking pretty hard. Adelhard.
Okay, he is visibly frustrated that, again, the frost magic not working, so he's going to move in. Oh no, I did something weird. Yes. He's going to move in. I'm making one attack with the rapier and then the bonus action attack with the crossbow.
Yep. Your whole crossbow. Yeah,
That's
gonna be
a
miss.
negative.
That's gonna be a miss.
Adelhard. Oh,
also gonna
poor
be a miss.
Adelhard. Adelhard has not been having a good time recently.
Adelhard isn't used to the heat.
He really isn't.
And you're running closer to it. You're trying to attack a giant magma creature with a rapier. It's not exactly the most logical connotation. This is probably even one of those things where it's like you do technically jab it, it just doesn't like the rapier maybe even bends slightly. It's like depends if we're gonna have Star Wars style comedy segments in the middle of the fights, and we are. Vincent, you're up next. Everyone's surrounding this thing.
Vincent will just shout at the creature, "Have at thee, you windbag!" and cast Compelled Duel on it.
Okay. Let's
That's
see
really
if this
good.
thing can save a wisdom. It can't.
Compelled duel with a lava lump.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
And then with his action, he will take the dodge action, just getting behind his shield as much as he can.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna have this creature. It is a kind of slimy swarm mass, so it is going to slough forward, kind of into Adelhard's space, but completely focused on Vincent. You know, the little bit of silver dragon magic around, kind of leading the thing in as it pulls itself even closer, almost leaving like almost an umbilical cord of slag metal in its wake, and just tumble lurches at Vincent with disadvantage because of dodge. So its first attack is going to miss. And then, what's your AC right now?
18.
I don't know why I checked. That roll was less than the first one. Okay, this attack rolls another creature if it wants to do. It is going to make an attack against Adelhard. So Adelhard is in its space.
Mm-hmm.
What's your AC right now, Adelhard? Never mind. It doesn't. The magic. It's like the thing is almost trying to push into you, but the sheer like divine magic coming from Vincent, it's almost effortless and somewhat accidental sometimes, is keeping this thing completely focused to the point that even the pouring magma is unable to reach your feet.
That's awesome.
Cinder.
That is pretty good.
Vincent's really powerful, you guys.
Yeah.
And he's just a guy from a farm.
Question real quick before I go. Cinder has 2 weapon fighting, and I get an extra attack. So is that 3 or 4 attacks?
It's 2 attacks with your regular weapon and then 1 with your offhand,
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah. I think you can only get 1 with the offhand, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to make sure.
Yeah. But that's your bonus
Alright,
action, so
so-
if you want to go from bow to other thing, you have to drop on the ground rather than put it away.
Yeah.
It's that old
She's
chestnut.
Gonna... Yeah, and I was just confirming for later. What is this? She is gonna cast Hunter's Mark,
Of course.
and then she's gonna shoot it.
Yeah.
And then can I is this space right here like elevated?
So from there, it just curves up into the walls of this pipe organ monstrosity device. But yes, it is elevated.
So I could land on it
Yeah,
if I decided to jump.
sure.
Okay, so she's gonna
This
Yeah,
area was
she's gonna-
elevated too. This was like a giant pew made for giants. It
yeah.
had the fire
she'll-
lizard
she'll
guy
just-
on it.
She'll just move over there then. And
Okay.
then that's it.
Peep.
Keeps gonna go for more swings. Advantage. Showing. Oh,
Just zoom in on how surrounded this guy is. Yeah, both attacks hit.
let's
One was pretty
go.
crap damage though, but still
Yeah.
really massive. And at this point, the creature is just getting more and more of it is just no longer moving, but there's still heat from inside, and it still kind of is bellowing in the face of Vincent, completely uninterested in any of the other creatures around it.
Thank God, because Pete's not wearing his armor.
Snow.
I mean, Snow's just gonna keep wailing on it. I'm still flanking here because
Mhm,
Vincent, right? Okay. And
Vincent and Pete.
yeah, Okay, I'm not gonna rage. Just gonna keep whacking. Let's see what we can do.
Yep.
Okay, and another one. Okay. So it just keeps hacking away at the thing with the axe. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought my internet died for a second.
No. That burden will fall to
We're good.
me, my friend.
Okay, we're good.
My internet
that'll
makes
be
a
it.
sacrifice so that everyone else's may live. Yes. Okay. Good damage all around. Adelhard, you're in close. The creature would be on you if it wasn't for Vincent's magic. Is pretty much how the flavor is. This is almost like a sliming pile of stuff, but it's almost being held above you.
Can I move here without taking opportunity attack?
Yeah, opportunity attacks are when you leave its range. That said, actually, a lot of swarms, their range is only when you're in them, but this is
Okay.
this is a bit different.
Then I will do this and attempt again. Rapier.
That rapier.
No, I clicked too often.
The first one hits. I wondered why I was hearing dice. The first one hits,
I
which is the
clicked
one
too
we count.
often, I'm sorry.
It's
Okay,
fine.
so the first one hits. And then
The thing to remember is that Roll20 always remembers.
That's a miss.
But unfortunately, the crossbow bolt is not a hit, and the creature is really starting to wane. More and more of it is just becoming like pellets of this
Why is
horrible
it-
metal amalgam on the ground.
Why did it roll double? I don't understand.
I don't know, but you should have had advantage on the first one. But we've already done the rolls for it now, so don't worry about it. Vincent.
Vincent is gonna stand his ground and just keep the creature target on him, and take the dodge action again. Just keeping him concentrated on. Come get me! Come get me! Ah!
Come at me, bro.
That's so good.
First attack, big boy miss because of the disadvantage. Second attack is actually a hit. It is going to deal damage to you this combat. Congratulations, monster.
And I was on Vincent, right?
It's on Vincent. It rolled the lowest damage possible, so it's going to deal 6 bludgeoning damage to you. But it is, in the process, going to engulf you into
Oh no.
its molten hide.
Oh.
You are blinded, restrained, unable to breathe. You know, the old chestnut.
The
usual. The usual. But nothing really happens right now. Aside from everyone gets to see, you're like, come at me! And it's like, you deflect one strike effortlessly, and then you, like, probably think you got the other one, and it just kind of falls on you and consumes you like a ferrofluid cube. Cinder.
Cinder is running low on arrows, but we'll make do. She's going to pew.
Second one's a hit.
Okay, and then she's gonna use her bonus action to. Oh wait, I gotta roll Hunter's Mark. 1. She's gonna use her bonus action to switch to her swords.
Okay, as you dramatically switch to your swords, the whole creature kind of starts bubbling, popping, and just splats all around, leaving nothing but pretty much cold at this point splats of slag alloy metal, and Vincent in the middle of where it was as the slag mound creature is defeated.
Is he stuck in it?
No, because it's such a shitty metal. When it cools, it just becomes these kind of cool looking but like useless droplets. So like there's probably like you just kind of shake it off.
Okay. I was gonna try and Misty Step him out of it, but
That's a great way to Misty Step with, you know, like a hand and nothing else.
she doesn't know.
But with that, the temple has been set to undo some of the quote-unquote damage that Retruvius and his cult of fire lizards have done in aims to waking up the other fire giants. You don't know if it'll be enough or even how much it would work, but the air is becoming more humid again, which does seem to be somewhat of the natural state of the cavern, the humidity keeping the giants asleep.
Are there more of those in these other things? Is that the only one, or do you just go down holes that you find randomly anyway?
I mean, I hate to go in there, turn out the thing, but it's not the first time I've ended up crawling into a hole.
Yeah, but there's other ones, right? Or is it all one big thing? Am I misreading this map?
It's all
Like,
one
other
thing.
valves?
Oh, okay. So
Peep
that's
was
the only
under
one
all
you
of it.
found. Yeah, that's the only one you found down there, or are there more? Like the monster, blobby monster thing.
I think that was it, right?
It might be the only one, unless there's more of these things around, but I don't know.
Well, okay.
I guess we haven't checked to see if there's other temples like this one in this.
Other than
area.
areas you kind of chose not to explore, there's not many features to this fortress. It's a tomb for sleeping giants.
Can we break the pipes that are leading to all these sleeping giants?
Well, these don't lead to the sleeping giants. The sleeping giants are just in cubbies in the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they had pipes going to them, didn't they?
Yeah, the little tiny
Feeding them
ones.
with some fluids of stuff.
Yeah, little tiny ones.
Or...
Not these ones. You're
Snow
all right,
looks
though. Good.
Snow
good
is
remembering.
like Snow looks a little conflicted, but he doesn't say anything.
Yeah, I think Arahalt will realize the confliction in Snow's face.
Yeah, big monster
And
was
will
just
ask,
defeated
"Is
in a pretty
something
cool
wrong?"
way.
He's like, I don't know if we somehow destroy the pipes keeping them alive, they would all die, and I don't really want to kill them all.
Killing them in their sleep would be highly unethical.
What's ethics?
Arahalt nods.
It wouldn't bring them glory, and from everything that I've learned in the presence of Snow, that's a big thing for your people.
Yes, and well, more than that, I mean, some of them, like their so-called leader, might be misguided, but I don't think they all just necessarily deserve to die.
Keeping them asleep, that should be the best thing you could do.
I think
causing another tunnel collapse so no one else can come down here and wake them up, right?
I think best to find our way out, and then maybe confer with Sabriel and the leader of the Fellforge up there, whatever it was. What is it called?
Feyforge. One letter different.
Feyforge. One letter different. I was close. The Feyforge, and maybe see what their thoughts are on how to proceed. I don't think we should make this decision ourselves. We're too close to this, all of us.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm not.
Snow would just nod.
She's just like, I'll go along with it, but I don't have. I got a job to do.
Well, we've done what we came down here to accomplish. We have at least quelled the problem for now. This gives us time to decide on where to go from here with it, but at least for now, we know that it's stopped.
Arahalt thinks for a moment. What about Snow's people? They are part giant.
Do you think like they could take in these giants as part of their people, as part of my people's villages?
He shrugs. Maybe they might know something.
We could try to. There was the one giant we saw wandering around. We could try to go talk to them.
You mean the one that wandered around like a cryptid?
Yeah, that one. Like, we saw one walking around. I'm assuming they didn't go back to sleep. I
You
don't
saw
know.
one crawling around.
Yeah, so I vaguely remember it looking like that meme of the dark-shaped humanoid thing with the two eyes looking at you, like crawling around, like.
It had not fully woken up.
Let's find a way out of here. My skin
Okay.
is getting itchy without being under the sky for so long. Let's find a way out of here. Figure out what we should do next steps. I think Sabriel and company will be a lot more beneficial in having in this conversation than someone of my limited knowledge and background. So we need smarter folks than myself for this.
Yeah. Snow would look at Adelhard and Cinder and be like, since you all seem to know magics that the rest of us might not be fully familiar with, do you think there's any way we could have some sort of magic active here while we're gone to let us know if it's tampered with?
So they're just like scratches her head for a minute. I don't have anything personally that I can do for that, but I can ask someone else, but I don't know if they would do it, and I don't personally have the ability to do that sort of thing. She looks at Adelhard like, hey, you're a magic man.
Magic man.
Snow is
Adelhard.
Yeah, Snow is just basically thinking like we shouldn't, like, there might be more lizards we didn't find who might come in and try to mess up what we did here, like turn the place back on. So actually with Cinder's answer though, Snow like looks around. What is this place made out of?
This building has a lot of metal elements, but also
Okay.
it's just a lot of, igneous rock.
Okay.
a
And
kind
is it
of
like
deep
connected
red
to the
rock.
ceiling, or is it just like is it built into the side of the?
Yeah, this
Massive.
whole complex almost seems like it was. It's so deliberately and completely well sculpted. You know when you get like, I don't know. The only thing I think was like a really well made sword where it's just one complete, like, it's perfect. This whole facility has been made to that kind of quality, which makes sense for the fire giants. When there is a blend in materials, the blend means something. It looks aesthetically pleasing. There's no gaps unless there's needs to be gaps for ventilation. It's all smooth stone. Looks like it was almost found this way, and unlike other ruins that have been this old, it's still all sharp and unworn. Maybe because it's empty, but also because of construction.
Okay. Because Snow is thinking, what if we could like cave in the entrance to the temple?
It would be theoretically enterable from like the top pipes, but you could cave in the entrance. You're starting to solve a lot of problems with cave-ins.
Snow would look at the others and be like, we could try to at least just like cave in the entrance to it so that it's like.
I feel like we've.
Adelhard just puts up a finger and is like, no, we're not doing that again.
We've caused as many problems with cave-ins as we've solved with cave-ins.
I mean, I can try to. She like pulls out her little necklace. I could try to ask somebody to help with like, I don't know, magic stuff, but I can't do it. And you guys don't want to do cave-ins again because someone, it looks like they've had one too many rocks hit them in the head. And she points at Adelhard.
Ooh.
I can
He just kind of
ask.
glares at Cinder.
Well, she's not saying it in a mean way. She's like, clearly he doesn't like being hit in the head with rocks.
It definitely sounded like you were saying.
She's like not saying it because of the like. She's like, clearly he's been hit with a rock. This is a clear case of being hit with a rock.
This is how Fae communicate. There's either no subtext or it's all subtext.
Yeah, she's just like, he got hit with a rock. Let's not hit him with another rock. Rock's bad. Do you want me to ask for help? Because I can find us a way out of here, but I don't know about,
Wait,
like...
You can?
Where do you think I went earlier by accident? Out of here.
Oh.
You can take us with you by accident.
Oh, I can take you with me on purpose.
Like,
Where would you take
I don't know.
us to?
Out.
But where out?
Wherever the out goes to. I
is it random?
can sometimes.
Are we
but-
gonna appear in like the middle of the sky and fall to our deaths?
I don't know how this like.
I've
that
only
sounds
had
just
that
as safe as
happen
the
once.
cave, and this
You
is
like
not
only
at all.
once?
Do you have a specific Horizon Walker ability to literally teleport, or would it be a calling a favor from boss and girlfriend?
She has.
I know you can
both.
find your thing. It would be a bit of a flavor thing. We could totally do it though, but let's just say there will be a D100 involved.
Yeah, she has the ability to magically sense the presence of a planar portal. As an action, you just sense the direction and distance from the closest portal.
Exactly.
But she could also call in a favor too if need be.
It's a bit
I
of both.
guess.
It's a bit of a like emergency jump drive situation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You could do that. You don't know what will necessarily happen.
So do you guys want me to find us a way out and find a way to do the ding dong bell thing for if someone goes in here, or that's Ori forgetting the word for alarm for a second.
Snow would like you'd be like, if
I
it's
think we
possible.
should first try a safer way.
It is safe. Mostly.
It does not sound safe at all.
I do it all the time. I am like, how old am I? Like 600 or something? I don't know how old I am,
Wait.
but I'm old. And so, like, I've done this so many times. I go back and forth between the planes all the time to find things. I find people, I find children,
but
I find
Snow's like,
Do
wait,
you
you're
Question.
600
find
years
them on
old.
purpose?
question:
I find
when
lost
you
things.
say you do this all the time, and you've been doing this all the time, you keep saying "I." How many times have you done this with other people, making it a we?
Oh, I've brought people back to where they need to go. Just usually not from, like, this place. I've not been here before. I don't know this place.
It's Peep, you're uncharacteristically quiet.
I don't really know what to do around the fate. I mean, like, it sounds like it'd be really convenient, but I don't know.
I don't want, like, your firstborn children or whatever other weird stories you've heard about the Fae. I'm not that kind. I don't do that.
But it is not safe what you propose.
You know what?
I mean, it usually is. But there's a slight chance, because I don't know where I am right now, that it might go sideways.
A portal right through the Feywild just seems right up my alley, so I'm on
We
board.
could go visit my house. It's
You
not
have
a
a
house,
house?
it's like a cave
Oh.
inside of a dead volcano, but it's the same
Wait.
thing.
Pause.
It's not far, to be fair. If you somehow managed to just flip to the right side of the Fey realm and didn't move, you would be pretty close to your house.
I mean, if we accidentally teleport to my house and we land in the lake inside the volcano, it's not that deep. As long as you can swim, you should be all right.
Is it a lake?
Can
of water?
swim in what?
Water? It's water!
Is it some sort of weird fey
It's
water?
a dead volcano. It's water. It's fey water. I don't know what the difference is.
I've heard stories about chemicals in the fey water.
It turns the
There's a
frogs
dragon in there,
gay.
but that's it.
Turns the frogs fey.
Well, fey gay, same thing.
Oh no.
I mean, do you guys have any other options to get out? You caved in your other exit.
Maybe we. Do you think that if we used more explosives on it, we could open it up again?
I
More
don't think we
that's-
should use any more explosives. No.
No,
Because
no more
if anything,
explosives.
what we've learned is that none of us are adequately trained to use those properly.
Cinder's like, I want to try.
Wouldn't recommend. It's not good.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll take your word for it. You're about to say
Let's take a trip to the Feywild.
I mean, I don't know what. Okay.
So shrugs. He's like he can't think of anything better. So,
Yeah, let's try and get back that way.
Okay, what? She looks at
Adelhard
Adelhard
just
like,
scrambles something very unintelligible and can understand.
she's gonna take Adelhard's hand. It's okay.
For glory.
for glory, yeah. He
She's
doesn't.
gonna pat Adelhard's hand like this. She's gonna take it.
Snow is not very convinced, but he's like, you know what, whatever.
Okay,
I guess it's our best shot.
Ori, I'm gonna need you to give me a D100 roll.
Oh, no.
Minus your
Okay.
levels in
Snow is like praying. He's just like,
Ranger.
please don't be 1,000 feet above the ground. Please don't be 1,000 feet above the ground.
Lower is
Do-
better for this one.
Who do I need to, or do I need to roll something to see who she asks for help?
It's a little bit of everything. I'm gonna describe it to make it not OP
Okay.
and more of an
Adelhard
emergency
is
war.
just whatever gods are listening. Please don't be it. Please don't have it be in the air.
Yeah.
You're gonna curse this. You know how dice cursed I am. You're gonna make it happen.
It's just a D100 roll, lower better. 8 is really good.
Oh shit.
8 is pretty much the best roll you could do. So you're like, let's go for glory, and Cinder immediately wanders off, looking around for a place where the borders between realms are weak enough to manipulate. For you, it's just like finding water. And just like finding water, you know, sometimes the water's good, sometimes the water's bad, sometimes you need to do something in advance. But, you know, so they can lead you to a spot, use a little bit of the natural magic to basically make what looks like just one of these streets near a giant into a cloud, almost. It looks like a cloud of vaguely greenish light. Because portals are not two-dimensional. They are just a space where things are different. And while this would be happening, the 2 amulets that Cinder's wearing as well would be glowing. And I think everything Fey about Cinder would likely be more Fey, you know, more sparkles. And none of you remember stepping into the portal. You have this very topsy-turvy feeling. Like being on a roller coaster. Not necessarily a feeling that makes you sick, but just that almost feeling of... That feeling of when you're about to fall asleep and everything drops out under you and you're not quite asleep. That kind of sleep paralysis feeling. And then... Next thing you realize, your eyes are open and you are... on the surface. Hearing the birds of the forest. Hearing the trickling of the nearby stream. You see the Fey Forge, you see the mountain beside you, you see the forest. Cinder manipulated you through the plane, through the mirror planes. Accidentally perfectly.
I mean, we wouldn't know it's accidentally.
You wouldn't know it's accidentally, and probably neither would Cinder. But it's very surprising that you got it so good because
See, this is bad though, because now Snow, when he sees it, he's like, oh my god, you were right. We should use this all the time.
Of note, you probably don't land exactly on the floor. I think you're probably like an inch above it.
Oh, that's not bad.
But
Also, we're close to the witch forest, right? So she has an easier time going in and out of that anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I probably should have... This is just the roleplay reason why you were so good at it here, but the Witchwood is an area where the borders between Mirror Realms is really, really weak. Hence the name.
I'm thoroughly impressed. That was quite the spectacle.
So am I. It's great.
I'll just let Satisfy off the leaf.
It was okay. Just pat.
I wish to be on a ship again.
Well, let's go find Sabriel and see if we can make that trip soon.
What's a Sabriel?
He's a friend of ours.
Okay.
All right. Let's take a real quick little break. Let's get Ori mentally ready for probably role-playing two people at the same time. One who's very chaotic and one who's not. Have fun.
They're going to love each other.
My DM brain. I gotta kick my DM brain into gear.
There's the warning of like, they're going to meet each other, and I'm not starting to play Sabriel. Sabriel's you.
No, I can do it. It's fine.
No, for sure. I know you could. But we'll be back in a couple of minutes anyway. Oh, there's the intro. So, in absolute bullshittery, and also in the continuing trend of Ori's characters having bullshit abilities that aren't in the rules, Cinder managed to massage your way through the realms to take you out of that underground tomb, back exactly where you entered it. You can even see the slightly singed grasses and the hole the coal giants dug. You can see the Fey Forge of Fafamel with its autumnal, smooth, slightly glossy exterior. Seeing it in the clear of day, it's probably like 10 a.m. or something. You've only been down there for like 2 days collectively. You know, it's not been very long. You are muted,
Okay.
Moetry,
Can
if you're
anyone
talking to
send-
us.
Sorry, yeah. I was gonna say, is the Pegasus in the sky somewhere?
I
he
don't
was-
think you see it. I don't think it's flying around.
Okay.
I'd imagine at this point. I mean, I mean, it's Ori's choice, but you know, being gone for like 30 hours, 36 hours at most, I don't think Sabriel's super worried after maybe that immediate moment of like, I can't help them right now. I think Pegasus is probably parked somewhere, probably inside the fort walls.
He's probably parked him inside with the lesbian.
Yeah, there's this fortress is shaped like a power on symbol, so it has like a ringed courtyard.
Can anyone like broadcast their voice at a range, or
People can just
I can.
scream.
I could just scream.
Aberhard is like, yes, but the gates are right there.
Yeah, we
Do
can.
not knock on doors.
I was quite literally raised in a barn.
A farmer tried to eat me once.
Well,
The
so
real
it's
question
like,
is then,
I'll try to.
what did you do to the farmer?
Don't answer that.
I look like a rabbit.
Oh, well, that's not okay then.
wait, but so it's like, but you're much larger than a rabbit.
Well,
Why would-
now I'm much larger than a rabbit. I wasn't. I was like, she like makes a vague rabbit-sized shape in her hands. Like I was like this big, and then my boss found me with the big shiny sparkly elf man, who's my uncle now, and like he's great, but like
Sparkly elf man.
shiny. She's not saying his name. Big sparkly shiny elf man.
Sabriel!
I guess we'll start heading to the.
Yeah, Sabriel is
Yeah.
probably
Yeah, just stop
inside
heading
with
to the
the lesbians that run the fortress. The Fey Forge has been quiet. There's no party, and they've been waiting. When it's quiet, Fey Forge is a place of artistry. An elven forge is much quieter than, say, a dwarven or human one, although there is the bubbling of metalworks and stuff. A lot of things have soundproofing built into it, or designed in such a way that there's a resonance. And even then, you aren't hearing the sound of the forge everywhere, although you do see, smoke leaving some of the chimneys. But it's a very calm and quiet place where the people here have started to form a harmony with the Fae, which arguably is impossible, which is part of the reasons why some people disagree with them. But there is something to it, and I imagine, it's early afternoon. Sabriel's on like a balcony on the tavern that's built into the side of the fortress, probably with the two, a late kind of brunchish fruit tea on the table. You hear yelling from outside the gate.
The bag.
Lariath, who's
Sabriel's just like,
the wood elf, well, let us hope that they completed their task, or at least have intelligence for us. And Lady Embrace, who's the purple-skinned Vaska tiefling, just kind of laughs like, intelligence. You don't need to start acting all professional on us now. If they killed some giants, that would be great. If not, then we need a new kill team. And that's fine. Lots of people are willing to try and kill giants.
Sabriel just gives them a look like, is that a hey, you sun elves, go kill the giants kind of thing.
You give them a look, and neither of them are really looking at you. They're looking at each other because they're very.
It's the Sabriel and Cal look.
It's not quite like that. It's definitely much more one-sided than that. You notice Lariaf is way more into Embrace than embraces to Lariaf, but embraces into someone being into them. It's one of those. But
Sabriel, I guess, get up and
yeah, the guards, which are the guards are the same sort of type before. They're wearing this very heavy elven armor where you can't necessarily see who's under it, and you've come to the conclusion that there's definitely some Fae who are just always in these suits, living at the forge now, and they will open the gate for the. And there's a scent of. First of all, there's a scent of the Feywild, because the realms have an ambient scent to people who are magically attuned. Sabriel would recognize, and then there's just a scent of soot and fire and dirty forges and all that clinging to them. A lot of their equipment is singed, but they don't look that worse for wear.
Sabriel, Snow would say.
good after morning. Already forgetting what time it was.
Is that what time it is? After morning? Because
After morning.
That's
it's
gonna be
kind of hard to
canon
keep track
now.
of the time in the underground.
Yes, is it time for me? I could use a drink after all that heat.
Oh yes, ale. Ale sounds wonderful.
I think you need a bath first.
Oh, bath sounds good.
Did you get? He looks at Pete. Did you get shoved into a hot hole again?
Yeah.
A few times. We made sure we did one for you this time.
Thank you. He's like.
Embrace will raise their hand, but well, if you are successfully giant slayers, we can run baths for you. You did kill the giants, right?
Well,
We killed their king.
their leader, yes.
And the others surrendered and commit mass suicide in horrible shame, right?
They have not awoken. We stopped them from awaking.
Hi.
The fire giants are asleep. It was one fire giant
Their lord was
named
awake.
Petruvius.
I don't think it would be right to kill them in their sleep.
Lady Embrace, being a Vascursed, has this, and just who she is. She's still smiling, she's still grinning, but it leaves her eyes. And Lariaf will put like a hand on her shoulder and be like, "That's good. That's good. Although if there's still a tomb of sleeping giants, that's something to know about. At least
We have restored it to a state where the hydration is keeping them asleep longer. The Petruvius that was down there was taking time to awaken them by removing the fail safes that kept them asleep.
Interesting.
He wanted to start
We
a war.
restored them.
Lariaf will look to Sabri and be like, is it a known thing that there are safe houses of giants slumbering in the world? I mean, how it could be even from an ancient age.
I mean, my people are the people that raised me are giants. And there's many of us still. What's to say the other giants don't have such groups?
What does Sabriel know?
I don't think Sabriel's ever like. There are occasionally cells of giants show up, but giants aren't organized to the degree of waking up. If there are other things like this, they aren't organized and they aren't known about. That's what Vitruvius's whole plan is. Not that Sabriel knew that, but it was like, okay, there are other giants out there. Let's all get in communication. for the last, for all of your lifetime, the giants have just been ragtag groups that doing their own thing. If there have been sleeping giant groups, that you wouldn't have known about them.
He shakes his head.
Well, slaying one giant is adequate. Adequate enough for hot bath water and fruit and mead before we send you on your way. Dareth will nod and be like, we most assuredly can get people to help us with learning more about the giants slumbering under us in time. But if you're correct and they'll sleep for a long time, then rest and rewards can be divvied out first. And they'll lead towards the inside of the courtyard and whatnot, which is, pretty quiet nowadays. It's just the people who live here, which is a fairly small population. It's a fortress. It's only maybe 300 at max, and that's a pretty hefty higher estimate too, now that I think about it. They will lead you inside the tavern. There would be I don't think this whole place necessarily has a bathhouse chamber, but there's a nice, comfortable elven room with like a pair of baths side by side, big wooden Geralt tubs. It's like they'll fill them with warm water and flower petals and things, and you guys can go to town. It's up to you who bathes with which pairing, but though admittedly, snow would barely fit, and Peep can fit with someone else. It's a whole thing. But
a good soak shall do my bones good.
Do they do with one as well? I don't like being this dirty.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the first one and just
cool.
Get in.
Look, I gave you the in if any of you wanted to do bathhouse roleplay. Many a time in a D&D party, it happens. I had to give you the DM pause.
I guess Cinder will join in the bath. She's like, I'm gonna need a blow dry after this, though.
With whom is she bathing? Seeing that too bad.
She just gets in a tub. She just.
It's
goes
like, yeah, that's how I
behind-
imagine Vincent, Peep, and I guess Cinder do. They're just, here are the baths. They're just, here we are. Baths.
Just boop all of her stuff on the ground and gets in, but she keeps the necklaces on. She doesn't take them off.
Fair enough.
I guess Pete would probably try and get one on his own, but if there's not one available, he'd probably just jump in with whoever.
There's only two. So one has Vincent, one has Cinder.
I imagine this is like every anime that has a
Yeah.
bathhouse
Do you
scene.
choose dad or wacky sister? Stepsister.
I'll flip a coin. If it's a 1, it's Vincent. If it's 2, it's Cinder.
Dad.
Dad.
Cool.
Cinder's just like kicking the water, like humming the Elmo's World theme song.
I haven't had a bath in ages.
It's warm too.
Thingy. Yeah, slips in. Just thinking. Just say, like a crocodile just sits with his snout above the water.
Yeah.
Vincent is just kind of like arms over the back of it and just like leaning into the skid and just having it.
Alright, girl.
Basically.
Sit up when Peep gets in and just. There's a lot of underground dust on me.
It's in my scales. I don't like it. Apparently kobolds like me, live underground a lot, I've heard, but like, how do they do it? It's so dusty and dirty and
I don't know. 2 days without the sky nearly drove me crazy.
too hot. It was so dark and just ugh. Missed having a nice bed.
Pete, we often ask you to go into very dangerous situations, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
You would tell us if that came to a point where it bothered you, yes?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it's always a little scary, but I mean, that's part of getting stronger. I have to face that fear.
I admire your courage. Just, it's okay to tell us no sometimes.
Okay, thank you. But I'm getting more powerful all the time as well. I mean, I'm a little dragon, you know?
Indeed you are. A fright to behold.
Just a terrifying little guy.
I see a terrifying dragon.
Maybe, oh, what was her name? I need to find it in my notes.
Dragon mommy?
Yeah, the dragon mommy.
Coborn.
Where is she? Coborn, that was it, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think... No, probably not. Probably not strong enough to go back to her just yet. Maybe a little more. And who knows? Who knows what we'll find along the road?
Well, adventure to be sure.
Hopefully lots of it.
Here, here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yay!
All right. With bath time out of the way, and I imagine, we don't have to roleplay it. We're just knowing these characters while they're in the bath. Probably Adelhold was explaining to Sabriel what just happened in a most unamused way. Now that I think about it,
Yes,
everyone else
in
goes to the bath.
In the most unamused way and the most excruciating detail ever.
Very logical.
Yeah,
so
Sabriel would listen as intently as possible too, because that's just Sabriel anyway. So
Yeah.
it's like
So by the time everyone's washed and recovered and had a big meal, because you just had rations and there would be, this is still Wood Elven, this is still Aradia, the country. It's a separatist group. We used to have Wood Elven cuisine, which is, little bits of foraged goods, little bits of wild game, but all little bits, almost like a tapas kind of deal, along with a lot of fresh fruit and whatnot. And there would be just a whole bunch of it around for you guys, for you to work out what your next, plan really is, now that you're all together, including both Sabriel and Cinder. Now, you did park your tower over the Moonbrook in Aradia, so you have to go back to get it, but it's up to you guys what you want to do next.
I do. Well, okay. Sorry, you go ahead.
There is something to be said to maybe go back and speak with the Planavar and see if they would be interested in slowly reintroducing these giants into a society of their own, maybe creating their own community somewhere, settling down where no one owns the land.
Snow would nod. He wants to pursue that idea. He would say, Snow would definitely say, I don't, looking at Sabriel, I'm assuming this is when we're all together discussing this.
You're all together in whatever state you want to be in.
He would look at Sabriel, and so would say, I know that there's war in the past between the elves and the giants, but I don't see why this group of giants needs to be brought into a new war.
Yeah, makes sense.
He's looking at Sabriel because he's like...
Yeah, he looks at Sabriel, peep answers, which is not uncommon.
no. Remind me, I think if I'm remembering correctly, Sabriel and Cal had a discussion of changing the purpose of the Sun Elves from going after the giants to something more productive, correct?
Yes.
I don't remember the exact terms.
Fighting giants. So Sun Elves. The purpose of Sun Elves when they were forged by the sun, according to their legend, which seems pretty fucking true because they are filled with sunlight, was to free the elves from giants and eradicate the giants. They did that. That job was done. Then the next job was slay the orcs. Then there was the beholder in the breach. It's the case of what's the next job. It's not just giants, although you have people who have trained specifically to fight giants, and it is a cultural heritage, but it's not they exist to kill giants now, they just exist to fight. And I think the discussion was much more of with the events of the first season, the Sun Elves should exist almost as like an Avengers initiative of just focus on saving the world, no matter what the threat is.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that was kind of what we discussed. Like, you are there for the Avengers level threats, basically. You are the helicarrier. It's very perfect. I don't know who... You got Balord as Nick Fury. You know... I think that was pretty much the discussion of, like, what should the Sun Elves do next? And there was kind of like, do they focus on the Usurper Elves? And it was kind of like, they focus on whatever no one else can deal with. And part of that right now is figuring that out. But because you have such a long lifespan, this is long job. And that's, part of why you're doing little stuff.
Yeah, okay. So he's gonna look at Snow and, wait, what was the wording for Snow's question again, so I don't say something dumb?
Like, would it be possible to go to the Planavar and see if the Planavar could help, like, habilitate, I don't know, like, to
not necessarily reintroduce them to society, but, like, bring them back to a peaceful life. Yeah. Awaken them, but not for war, I think. It's kind of hard to describe.
Like, basically, well, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so he will ignore the yelling voices behind him of the ghosts who are being like, no, murder, and
yeah, racist. Now I'm just imagining them as the Muppet men. The old grumpy Muppets.
The hecklers.
The hecklers. Waldorf and Slattler.
Yeah, and then there's Dad just sitting there like, but
he's Kermit.
Yeah, he's fucking Kermit. He would be. But yeah, he nods slowly. And you can tell he's also listening because you've been with Sabrel long enough to know he's listening to the angry ghosts in the background that no one else can see. So he's like clearly just like, go, shut up. We can try, given past experiences and knowledge on certain things. It may not go the way you wish for it to go. It may not work, but you can certainly try.
Snow nods. He's like, so would say basically like, he would say like, I know the fire giants might just attack us anyways when we wake them up, but I don't want to just kill them all.
I would not do this beneath the nose of our hosts without their knowledge. I would try and get them to make some sort of an arrangement with your people and ensure to set up safeguards for the best way possible to do this so that the collateral damage is minimized.
There are not vote time in. We should not awaken them all at once if that is possible.
No.
Small groups.
Yes.
Even one or two at a time.
How many were there?
They couldn't count.
A lot.
Okay.
Lots.
There was at least a community.
Then, yes, do it in stages and maybe not tell them you murdered their leader just yet.
Well, So it's trying to say, well, the vibe I got. Didn't say vibe.
Like Snow would say a lot of things, but he wouldn't say vibe.
Vibe.
Cinder would say vibe.
Vibe.
Cinder would say vibe. Sabriel would say vibe while trying to be with the kids.
Just, you know, off 10 perk off the side of the rock of the door, just hanging on.
No, he would say like
Valor would say
he'd be like it seemed like Tetruvius, their leader, was more of their caretaker who, through the generations of their family, began to think of themselves, his line, as the leader. I don't think he had any inherent.
Did you find the orb that was presenting as the giant?
Oh, I thought that was
Kinda.
the giant.
No, there was the two of them jumped out of the braziers when we were fighting him, and we destroyed them. So they were little
Oh
constructy
yeah,
things.
we did find some orbs, and we fought
Okay.
them.
Because the thing I was fighting before you guys triggered on collapse in tunnels was an orb that he's not like trying to call you out, but it's Sabriel, so he's inadvertently calling you out for being stupid. He's like,
You mean before the tunnels unexpectedly collapsed on us?
my dear Snow, there is a difference between an unexpected tunnel collapse and one that could have 100% been avoided, and that falls under that category, I believe.
But it may a little bit be.
But we're not going to argue semantics at the moment, as it's happened already, and there's nothing to do to correct that. Cinder's just sitting there like, wait, we're humming a song to herself.
I think we bring back, a few of them at a time, and maybe we start looking for a place that they can call their own, and they'll have their own little home.
Yeah, I mean, Snow. I don't think Snow really has any ideas about where they would go.
Well, you can ask the Planivar about all that,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or
Snow-
or you could ask the dragon woman with the other
Yeah.
giants.
And you
She's
have,
going to take a
Sun
giant.
Elf studies and Sun Elf who specialize in scouting and finding places. You actually do have
Okay.
some ins on this, but it's not it's a decision to be made, isn't it?
I can maybe help find a place too. I'm good at finding things.
So I guess then we need to go talk to the ladies
Sure.
to see if they agree to this.
Do you want to just blah, here's the plan.
Yeah.
They look at each other a little bit. And this would be just in the hallways. There isn't a throne room here. There's probably some leading office, but they don't seem to use it very often. They can't stay here. You have to take them somewhere. If you're Planivar can do that, then that's fine. And we can even help accommodate them during that process, which I imagine will be a long one. But they can't stay here if they awake.
Yeah. That seems fair.
Do you Cinder pipes up and talks to the one that she was told is the boss's girlfriend's underling? Whichever one that is.
The purple one.
Ori doesn't remember,
Embrace.
and Cinder doesn't remember.
Embrace
Cinder
is
just
purple,
knows she's
horns, black curly hair, kind of sexy outfit, but sexy practical.
Cinder's used to it.
Yeah, she's a Fae worshipper. It checks out.
Yeah, Cinder's just this is one of those. Got it. So Do you need anything else looked into for, all of the stuff that just happened at your little party with giants?
I mean, we know what happened, right? It's not a great mystery. If it was, I would be curious how this was all more connected to this bigger war you're worrying about.
Oh yeah,
We're
did we
on
tell
the
them?
we're on the radar of these usurper elves. I mean, I've been around during the festivals. Those usurper elves are like boogeymen. I didn't think they really existed. When there's
did say that they were
You worked
hired.
with them.
They were hired. This was not a. This attack was not part of a. It was not solely because of the giants' hatred of the elves or anything like that. It was because
it was a
they
job.
were hired to do. It was a job.
I've hired
And he
other
thought he
people to do.
Yeah, he thought he could betray the traitor elves at the end.
Yeah, maybe I have more in common with that giant than I thought.
Do you have anything here that might be, Cinder starts talking to herself in Sylvan because she's forgotten the common Elvish words for what she's trying to say. Resources that they might want for these mythical elves.
We have some knowledges that are unfound anywhere else. We can forge weapons and armor out of bronze wood. Only people in my family have been able to do that for generations. But other than that, we're a very competent, palpable forge. Before the succession, since this forge was made, the entire war with the dwarves, we've made pretty much every weapon for the Wood Elven army here. A good deal of them with a bit of magic in them too. If that's what we're a forge, we make things. That's our importance on a grand scale. So much so that even when we succeeded from Aradia continued to trade with us. Admittedly, the issue was mostly with my family than with the Evergreen King and whatever he and his people are doing. We don't have anything special other than what we do and what we make.
Cinder's trying to figure out why the jesters asked her to come look into this. She's like, there's something you're not telling me. Okay. She's not gonna press it anymore.
Okay, is that it? No more prying questions? Is that... Okay. Okay. Fine. Is there anything else? Adventurers? Do you have like a name? Collectively?
Do you guys have a name?
Several just shrugs.
Several just like...
Yes, Sabriel, do we have a name?
Embrace kind of grins, like almost knowing that would kind of be an annoying question. She has hired adventuring parties before many times. She is a quest giver by profession.
We have a name for our flying castle.
Oh, are you expecting me to actually say it out loud, or was that just you being...
No, I was expecting you to say that loud.
Sabriel's like, drink. They are calling the ship. This is their decision, not mine. I do not, for one, understand why it is called a rock. It is not a rock. It is a tower.
It's made of rock.
But they're calling it the Rock of the North.
Title screen, baby!
it's been, it's been like 130
Invincible.
hours.
Yeah.
of content. And
Make
only
this
now
cold
title
open in history.
Yeah,
That's got to be a world record.
yeah.
Yeah.
We did
Embrace
totally
it.
have it at the end
Longest
of the
free
first
title
season.
sequence.
Unfortunately, I
Because
can't end the
Sabriel
stream there. But
absolutely
I would.
refuses to acknowledge it.
It's like thingy. It's like, you know, Invincible, and they say he's gotta be an title screen, and each time it gets more bloody. It's that, except each time Sabriel looks more pissed off.
I could set that up as a cue. I'm not going to. But Lariath, the wood elf, is like nods in agreement, and Embrace the tiefling's just sort of like, what fun! I don't
My
think
sentiments, exactly.
with everything moving, we will welcome your return with news of these Planetaire or your people.
Planavar.
Planavar. Until then, we will aim for no giants to awake. But we can at least be ready if they do.
That's fair.
Well,
Was there some mention of reward?
Oh yeah, there was a
You
mention.
guys
of
get
reward.
rewards for things?
we gave
Do you
you
not-
a magic wand to do the
Oh.
task with.
Wait.
Quite valuable.
Could we
Cinder's
get
like,
that
no,
back
hold
and
on.
trade it for something else?
Cinder's like, hold on. You got a magic wand, and you made me
Yeah, other
go
households.
through the like taking you guys through the portal to all the places, and maybe ending up in the right place.
It's
But you had a magic wand.
it's not that sort of
It-
one, you know.
It's not that sort of thing.
Well, I don't care.
Actually, like we didn't use the one, did we? It's-
Not
Was
one.
No,
I-
the session where it would
To be
have been
fair,
useful, I was
AJ
away.
wasn't here very often. Yeah, it was literally like, if AJ was there for one of the sessions where they weren't, it could have just like solved the problem instantly, sort of deal. Which is
What
always.
does
the
it
way.
do?
Could we trade the one in for another reward?
Is that Snow asking to them?
Yeah.
If you don't want it, we could take it off your hands. We're a small
mean,
community.
having
We don't do
becomes
much in
useful.
gold, and you have fancy armor forged from the Northman Smiths on you, so I imagine we won't tempt your whistles with that.
Cinder's just like, wait, hold on. Just a tip, because I think this place is loosely connected to the Fae where I come from.
It's not loosely
so-
connected. This is a Fey forge. you
Well, it
know,
is connected.
Full branding.
This is connected. So I
You
know that these
very
people,
devout
these
to the jester, and I want to make that completely clear that everything we do here is for her, and other archfey are brilliant hosts too. But
I mean, she asked me to come here and help you, so I'm just trying to help you out by like telling them, like, you guys, if you guys ever meet an actual archfey, and I'm not saying that you guys are not important, but if you guys actually meet an actual archfey and you go, hey, can I give you this gift back for something else, that you're going to regret that. Don't do that.
It's
She's
just, you
like,
know,
the jester might turn you into, like, she looks at the purple lady like, I don't know, like a bottle of wine or something. I don't know, but it just,
who's the jester?
If memory serves, we would be
Fantastic.
fools to turn down and not keep what we've been given because it
And
is
she knows-
highly
she
useful.
knows how to throw a party, let me tell you.
our ball several days ago was not only to celebrate our continued success, but every celebration is in honor to the jester. She is the mistress of parlor tricks, the goddess of showmanship. If you are to do anything in this world, you do it well, and you do it for her. That is
Parties are
what.
great.
That's why we held a party. But it's understandable you don't know. In your way out through Aradia, you may want to step into a Fey garden. They hold statues to each Archfey, and people give their respects.
Is there one to my boss?
Which one is your boss? Wait, where in the hierarchy do you fall? You're not just a courier, are you?
No. No.
Snow is also
the
looking.
ambulance. Like,
Those mean nothing to me.
oh, I thought you were. She's gonna stop that sentence because that's offensive. She's gonna be like, I thought you were more important than that. No, she's not gonna say it.
My God.
I am the herald to the Wayfinder.
Yes, well, we should be well acquainted soon enough when I am appointed herald to the Jester. It is only a matter of time. I continue
Did
to
the
please
tree
her.
man die?
What? Who's the tree man? Snow is so confused. He's like, what the fuck is me?
It pays no matter. I will become herald in time.
I don't know. She really likes the tree man.
What's a herald?
The herald speaks for the Archfey while their champion fights their battles.
Yeah. I
This
don't do
one
any
here is a
fighting.
herald. Yeah.
Oh.
Each
I mean, I can
Archfey
fight,
only.
but I don't. She's like, I can fight, but that's not my job. That's the squirmy dragon child's job.
Squirmy dragon.
Larry just kind of like locks eyes with Snow and is like, it becomes easier at a certain point to stop asking questions.
Could I become a herald?
If you, it takes a lifetime of
conversation.
approval, and each Archfey only has one.
Cinder, can I be your replacement if anything happens?
Oh, don't ask me that question. My boss is very picky. I mean, you can ask him, but I have no intentions of dying anytime soon.
No, I'm sure you won't.
She like squints her eyes at you, like, trust you now.
No, so is just messing.
Yeah. You get the not so subtle signs of leave now from your hosts.
Yeah.
Bye.
Well,
That's fair.
yeah.
It's been fun. Bye.
Cinder just does the whole like Meg from Disney's Hercules. It's been a real slice and it slips out.
Cinder can do that. Do you guys want to? Although you're probably welcome many a time, and you will probably be returning soon if you can talk to the planet art, because you can fly in your ship as long as it's not been stolen and you left it in the Moonbird.
Cinder wants to go to the garden.
I mean, how would it get stolen? It's a big ass castle, you know. There's no
It could fly. It could be stolen.
There's
Someone can hotwire your
There's no
castle at any time.
way.
Oh, it can happen.
Someone can hotwire your castle.
Did Sam leave the keys in?
Yeah, you don't leave the keys in the castle. Okay,
He has
so
to leave the keys in the castle. The keys to the castle are Goldie.
Incidentally,
It's
hotwire your castle should be the name of this episode.
wait, no, there's gonna be like a Home Alone thing where Goldie controlling the castle's mechanisms is like making the drum, like the doors.
that
It's
is
my
pretty good.
house. I have to defend it.
A
Yeah.
drummer's just like
My ship
bum, bum,
now.
bum.
That's pretty good. Yeah, well, I mean, you've got to return through Aradia, so you could visit a Fey garden while you're there. There are many. They are places of worship and also gardens of artistry. Admittedly, most wood elves don't worship the Fey. There's just a kind of house spirit respect to them. But if
Yeah.
there is, it's often through these gardens, and you would be able to find one quite easily if you wanted to while returning through Aradia, either in the outskirts or going further into the city. There are some that are known as almost not necessarily tourist spots, but they're like closer in degree of almost like a chapel or a cathedral. Whereas there are a lot of ones that are like, okay, here's a little group of statues in a nice clearing. It's up to you. Outskirts or deeper into the city, big fancy one, which is still pretty chill because it's a wood elf and place of worship. But...
She's like, I want to see how bad they fucked up my boss's face. Guys, can we go to a garden?
Snow would be interested in going to a garden.
Yeah. Is there any like Fey dragon stuff, or is that
Oh,
like,
yeah.
a
My
whole
boss?
separate thing?
Wait, are there any Fey giants?
Yeah.
Wait, there are.
There's fey giants and there's dragons. My boss is also a dragon sometimes, and then there's the other dragon. We don't talk about that one. It's not very nice. And then
What's the other one?
Yeah,
the
what's
other
the other
one's
one?
the other one is
This will be an easier conversation when you're at the garden because there'll be visual
Yeah.
guides.
she's just,
Just
gonna
saying.
be like, I'll show you when we
I
get
imagine
there.
this was on
because
the way.
Yeah,
my
it's-
boss is
yeah.
like a noodle, and then this one's not like a noodle. This one's like she points at Peep.
Oh.
My
Well,
boss
let's
was
take a
cooler
look.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small outskirts or a more defined one in the inner circle of Aradia. You would be going a little bit out of your way to do that, but not much, because you know the Moonbrook is still Aradia is just this big sprawling city. The entire country is this sparse wooded city until you get to the inner circle where it's much denser.
Yeah.
We can go with the fancy ones.
Yeah.
Okay. The one where you kind of you follow your nose to go to the really nice one. It's in the inner circle of Aradia where you have this wood elven kind of sparse city. It comes together, and I described this before, but it's cool. And almost like, you know, twirling roots of a really old gnarled oak tree. It all comes together where the roads slope upwards and there's these grand wood elven estates, and each estate is basically a fully self-sufficient village, usually dedicated to a single role or house. And one of them, most of it, and it's pretty near the entrance now, would be signage. Or the sign is often it's kind of in a bit of an innuendo, because while yes, a lot of wood elves worship Fae, it's slightly on the down low. It's not like the official religion, because there's also regular wood elven churches to their god, but it's in the inner circle. It's on the property of one of these estates, and right next to it is, funnily enough, a bathhouse, the Atweave Spa, which is this really beautiful old wooden building, but open to the public is this very nice, very well kept Fey garden. When you enter through very delicate artistry in the archways, there are statues, and each statue would be around 6 or 7 feet tall, with a plinth, all carved wood, or one piece of wood usually, of the Archfey. It's not an exact representation. It's well, I mean, to you guys, you have no idea, but there's a lot of artistry to it and symbolism, and each of the Archfey, of which there are a little over a dozen core ones, has a statue. Now, this being the biggest garden around, some people have also added their other smaller ones, because the way Fae work, they bind together. And maybe this is even something that Cinder is explaining, but I'm going to explain it, because if Cinder explains
Yeah.
it, it'll be forever and you won't understand. Fae, by nature, bind together. They form into communities, and Archfey have such force of will and personalities for many reasons that the entire community around them almost takes on their traits. Each court of an Archfey is both a country and a religion and a race, almost. Although inside a court you have people like all of Cinder's court are not all rabbits. There are gnomes and Arvarai and dryads and all these kind of things. But they all share traits in one way or another, and they grow them over time. If you switch courts, that can happen. But because of that, there are smaller courts as well, for different focuses. Almost every very influential person in this world, there's these small little communities, and some of them, there's these little shrines of little interesting Fey characters, and there'd be some candles and some givings, but it's the actual Archfey, the core Archfey, that have these big statues, and around them there would be elves giving, kind of kneeling and bowing their heads in a little bit of worship, and there would be gifts. There would be candles, incense burning, but mostly, fruit and food, and the gift does depend on the Archfey. And funnily enough, the sort of central one, when you enter, one that's easiest to go to. This is a large garden. It's like going to like a fancy manor house where you can walk around a garden. It's one of those sorts of places. Is the Jester. There is this, on top of the plinth, this slightly almost cross-legged female figure in garb of, a court jester tumbler, but everything is exaggerated so much more in all of their features. The face is almost menacing, but playful. And there are, some people have left masks or cards from card games. There's coins, there's, healing potions and things, and there's a lot of worship around it. And then there are others as well. And I imagine you're gonna want to, unless any of you want to do any talk to or around the Jester statue, we'll probably go to Cinder's boss.
Yeah, Cinder will go to that one and the other dragon one just to like show the difference because they asked.
The Wayfinder Shrine is smaller, but still one of the large ones. The shrine is of this coiled worm with a Y, with multiple eyes, and holding in its maw a lantern. The lantern isn't lit, it's all wood. But there's very, very confusing, like, delicate woodwork to make it look like there's, like, a flickering light in the lantern because this is crazy wood elven artistry, two figures they worship. It seems if there's any sort of prayer happening here, it's deeply personal. There is a elven mother and child who are praying here, while, the mother hugs the child very happily, almost as if they haven't seen each other for a while and they've come to this shrine in thanks.
I will just walk over and lean in and just kind of lightly touch their shoulders and bless them while they're praying there.
Did Cinder find this kid before she came and found the party?
Maybe someone did. Maybe the kid was found other ways and they're thanking the Wayfinder for it. You never know.
She's not gonna approach that.
Because it's one of those things where the Archfey will tell you they're not gods. They also kind of totally are. But they're not gods, guys. They're Archfey. And the other one, the Hoarder, is the other dragon. This is way more looking like a dragon. The Wayfinder looks like almost a snake-like creature, but not a snake. There is one of a snake. It's also one near the entrance. The Hoarder is a dragon. It is a dragon where instead of scales, it is tree branches. It is kind of perching. Almost cat-like, but kind of like a gargoyle, but not like leaned over, like straight up, with the face down. And it's very sharp and regal and swooping. And there is prayer here. If there's gifts, it's usually coins or small gems or rings. Noticeably, there does appear to be someone from the spa who is just sitting nearby. Make sure no one steals anything. Like, they're just sitting, but, like, you guys are probably aware that, yeah, he's sitting and there's a scimitar, like, there on his lap, just in case. But, the Hoarder is the Archfey of Wealth. and power in that well. Because they're a fucking, like, tree dragon.
Cinder's not gonna go too close to that shrine. She goes up to the one with the. Is there one for the hunter dog wolf man?
Yeah, there's kind of, yeah, there's the one for the hunter, but in Aradia it would be as an elf, whereas the
She's gonna
hunter
go-
is not an elf, but there is this like elfed bowman with kind of it hooded and dramatic and kind of crouched like as if ready to take a shot. Yeah,
Well,
but like
she's
if Legolas was like. If Legolas had been a hobo in the forest for 1,000 years, like even though it's like, yes, it's this creature, but as an elf, it's still a pretty gnarly elf.
Okay.
So Cinder's gonna go up to the Wayfinder one and just like pat it and leave something at the bottom, like some little trinket, but then she's gonna go over to the hunter one. She's gonna look up at it, low key stick her tongue out at it.
I thought you guys said like spit on it. I was like, oh god.
No,
Really kicked out of
she's
here.
Spit on
doing
the
it in
Hordor
more of like she's gonna do like a more like playful thing to the hunter one, like a challenge almost, and then skip away.
Tana should have thought that the dragon one would be made out of a tree.
Hmm?
Like it's covered in trees.
Yeah.
It is covered in trees, yeah.
Yeah,
I kinda thought
it
it'd be
is.
more like, you know, a dragon.
I mean,
you know?
They've got dragons, I guess, but then like dragons don't make any sense. Dragons don't make any sense. Like my boss, he's a dragon, but he's like space goop, and then that dragon's flying tree man. So it's just
Base scoop.
you look at it, it's a worm.
Oh.
He like he's got like the what's that called on horses? The thing on the neck with the hair.
Mane.
That yeah, and he's got like that's made out of like it looks like fire on this thing because they don't know how to carve space goop, I guess, but like it's like and like the portal. It was like the portal. That's what he's got on his back. But he doesn't have like pokes peep scales like that. He's got horns. See, I've got horns too.
I got horns.
Snow doesn't know what to
Mine
think
are
about any of this. He's like,
I
Yeah,
do not have horns.
It's of note that Cinder's horns are like pink, almost like a gel. It's weird, isn't it? It's like I always
Like a
imagine
crystal.
like a crystal. Yeah, but it's like such a clear crystal. Is almost what I'm trying to say. It's
Yeah.
it's weird.
But yeah. That's the boss. And that's the bad dragon. And that's the hunter man I like to play with. And then wow, yeah. And then there's Big Tree Mommy.
Yes, you could show them the statue to the mother.
tree bug?
It's gonna
And
show
like
them the
she
Big
goes
Tree Mommy
the
and
one
go
to the
up
mother
it
and
like, hugs it.
and it is a statue of a big, thick, elven woman who is also kind of a tree. It's almost like the branches and tree becomes like almost like an afro of hair, and there's like fruit coming down from it. And noticeably, the statue is worn from people hugging it so much.
Cinder's just gonna be like, Tree Mommy!
She would also definitely be like naked and detailed in certain places because it's an elven statue.
Now, hear me out.
Yeah, I mean, peeps threw their dice in with a warlock patron very early before you've discovered these people. But
You could have had Space Goop Dragon. You could have had I'm gonna be a greedy asshole dragon. But no, you had to pick Dragon Satan.
Dragon Antichrist.
yeah,
to be
but the mother
specific.
is clearly one of the most very respected ones as well. There's a lot of gift. There's a lot of people here. A lot of women and daughters and people with their kids and the occasional pregnant elf out of the house. Understandably.
Can you switch Warlock patrons?
Yes.
I imagine not without consequences. though.
Yeah.
To me, let's be clear. Peep is like barely a warlock to Micra. Like,
Right.
Peep is
So,
trying
like,
really,
Peep-
really hard.
If Peep wants to make the switch, now's the time to do it.
I mean,
No,
Peep
you
is
gotta
no
commit
reason
more
to
first.
switch. Yeah, I mean, like, people was tempted, thinking like 'cause there was a moment when it was like, oh, well, how do we deal with all these giants? People was like, there was a little voice in the back of Peep's head, like, well, if we do kill them all in their sleep, I could just say that's Ultimate Micro, and that'd be a really big offering. Like, wait, no, what am I thinking? That's awful.
Would a
Oh,
dragon,
terrible.
an evil dragon goddess, respect killing people in their sleep?
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
Big sacrifice.
Oh my
Immediately.
God.
More crimes.
Dude, this is so dark. That's the dark
know.
timeline.
The Geneva
You guys,
suggestion.
you guys know nothing about Micra.
That's true. That's like it's Peep's tried like all sorts of way to get in touch and has been spurned at every opportunity.
Maybe
Not
if
until they
Peep pays a
finally-
lot of attention to the other dragons in the room, and then Dragon Satan gets really jealous because Peep's paying attention to like Space Goop Dragon and Gold Goop Dragon and Dragon Mommy.
There is a
Like-
reason why warlocks and clerics and stuff to the Archfey exist, because powerful entities are quiet and rare and may not exist. Warlocks do not get talked to by their daddy. That doesn't usually happen, you know. But with the Archfey, it's
Usually.
different. They're Archfey. Even then, Lady Embrace, who is a warlock to the Jester, compared to Cinder, you know, was like, oh, I'm all this, and Cinder's like, are you? You know,
Cinder's like, no, the fuck, you're not.
it's a lifetime of work, and Peep is level 1. Of note,
Okay,
we could take a little quick mini break before we continue.
Sounds good.
Little teeny tiny one, and
Sounds
then you can do more statue talk. Okay. Your time at the Fey Garden has been illuminating and confusing. Learning more about this world that Cinder comes from. Literally, a different world that Cinder comes from, dominated by these great and powerful beings, and the symbolism they represent.
Snow would ask at one point, like, he wants to know, like, he's less interested in the symbolism. He wants to know, like, what is it actually like there? The place itself.
Have you ever wandered a forest at night and been not afraid to be eaten?
Maybe.
That doesn't happen there. So, like, you go through the forest at night and everything is wanting to kill you or eat you, and then everything's sparkly. And like, there's places where everything's great. There's a green cloud in the sky, which is like the same stuff that my boss is like is made out of. And then
are there cities?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have wine?
Oh, it's gray wine.
It sounds like
I don't think you should drink it, but it's great wine.
Oh.
I've got some, but I don't know that that's a good idea.
Oh, I want to try it.
Okay, and she like pulls it out.
That is exactly how that interaction would go down.
Hi. Snow's gonna drink it
Especially if it was
can.
like just Snow and Cinder, or like everyone else was like looking at different statues or something.
Well, here's the thing. She's like, she did her due diligence by not trying to tempt him into it. And then
There's
he
the
said
warning.
yes.
He
like,
wants to try.
Her archface, all like, he could either help you or hurt you. It depends.
But it's
on the
all
mood
about
he's in.
consent.
Yeah, and he's like, I
Not
can
necessarily
either,
the case
like,
for the other archfey.
Yeah, he's like, I'll either lead you into a dark tunnel where you'll never get out, or I'll lead you somewhere where you can find your way home. It's all dependent on how bad you piss me off and what my mood is today.
And either can
Like-
happen by drinking weird fey wine.
Yeah, she's gonna just like reach into her little bag and pull out this really like strange looking bottle, I guess. It's got like, have you ever looked at Hypnotic, the alcohol?
like a magic eye painting.
No, have you seen the alcohol Hypnotic? It looks like
I was literally imagining
It's
like a magic
It's like
eye.
blue Kool-Aid. Hypnotic. Is like blue
Oh
Kool-Aid.
yeah.
Like if
it's
you mix
got, like,
if you mix
glitter in it.
Hypnotic and
Yeah.
cognac, it becomes an Incredible Hulk.
Oh, it's
shot.
vodka and cognac.
But it has
Oh,
like
shit.
this like you know when you have those little squishy balls with the sparkles and the
That's what I was trying to say the horns were like.
Well, that too, but like
That's what
she
what
pulls it out.
famous is like, to be fair. That's pretty much what like glitter is.
Yeah, she pulls out the bottle.
He's just gonna take a sip because he doesn't want to take her drink. So he's just gonna take a sip of the fey
Give me a
wine.
charisma saving throw.
Is this gonna be like when thingy? Oh my god, his name's launched out my head. The guy who wrote the Marvel comics. Oh my god, his name was
Stan
launched out my
Lee,
brain.
but not
Stan Lee.
all of them.
Stan Lee, yes. I think when he tried the Asgardian.
The Asgardian drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's like when he drank the
Excelsior.
drink, hit by the Hulk's blood, and just
no.
passed out and died.
Yeah.
Is this like, are you rolling on the wild magic table? Is that what's happening?
Oh no.
I don't know if you would not casually
That
be
would be
carrying a
fun.
nuke around in your pocket. Okay, let's get out the D1 10,000
Yeah.
table.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Oh, do I get to roll it at least?
Oh, it's on my Dropbox. Which is
Does anyone else
right
want
now.
a drink of my wine?
Well, we should see what.
It will take a while. Well,
Is it gonna-
nothing happens immediately. It tastes.
Okay.
The wine
He would
tastes
probably take a drink.
indescribable, but immediately hits you with like a kind of drunkenness you've never experienced before.
Okay.
But
Do
you
you
do
wanna
have
watch
the
the
feeling
stars
of
with
a
me?
spell happening on you.
Sure. So
People
we'll watch
try
the
it.
stars.
Cinder and Snow just laying on their backs.
Yeah,
in the
Snow
ground,
is
staring up
immediately,
at
he's
the
like,
stars.
Snow's like, oh my god, it's so good.
It isn't it?
All right, please
I
roll a
stole it.
D10,000, Snow.
D10,000?
D10,000. We're doing wild magic.
Okay. Oh, wait, no, I didn't do it. Sorry, hold on.
Yeah. It's like,
I didn't do the slash.
Is it
Oh,
like
wait,
that
what?
post?
Okay.
Slash
That's
Are
not-
you doing it right?
D.
Is it like
1D.
Oh, I
10,000.
didn't. I just forgot the D. I'm an idiot.
Is it like that poster when they mixed, was it cranberry Mike's Harder and cucumber lime Gatorade, and it just has.
No, this will
the
take a
flavor.
while. I gotta go a long way down.
It's a high roll.
No.
10,000.
That might not be
Where
a good thing. I know this table.
This table does not. It's not like the other where it's like, oh yeah, low is good. Chaos is everywhere. Nowhere is safe. Rarely
Okay,
does anything impactful happen. Sometimes you get some really neat flavor. I really liked when the wild sorcerer in one of the old Monday games, when they were discovering their powers and used it once, their shoes filled with coal. When they tried to do like a jump spell, I was like, that's just such a cool, weird thing to happen.
Can this be happening in front of the Wayfinder statue?
Yeah, probably.
People would be tempted to have a taste as well.
How? What is Snow's body weight?
Oh no.
Oh no.
I think we calculate, or like I calculated it out. Let me see if I have it on my sheet because I don't know. Yeah,
Do you want?
400 pounds. I have it on my sheet. That's not
you-
including armor or anything.
No, meat. The meat of Snow.
Yeah,
As this
just 400.
this alcohol permeates your body and populates it, becomes 100 pounds lighter. You don't thin or lose muscle mass. The meat is just lighter now by a quarter.
Actually, I'm assuming. Can this
You
happen
feel
while
it.
we're looking up at the stars?
Yeah, you're laying down, but when
Yeah.
you move, you'd feel it. It's
So-
hard to describe, but you would feel it.
No, it was
Oh,
like
man.
still like it was like, whoa! I think I'm getting pulled to the stars. he like stands up and he like jumps and he's like trying to like feel like
You do jump.
I have a question. Ori, where's Sabriel in this?
Sabriel is probably like, I wanted to go home, and now they're in a garden. But yeah, I don't know where
Sabriel probably
Sabriel is.
went and talked. Sabriel probably went while they went to the garden because he's probably seen all this. He probably goes to like talk to his elf friend that he deals with.
Oh
if
yeah,
that's
yeah.
where
Get
we are.
more information, like kind of fill them in.
Just
That
go
makes sense. Yeah,
chat.
so Sabriel
Yeah.
is not here, which is part of the
Okay.
reason why wild magic is being rolled.
Pete wants to try the wine.
Okay,
let's go.
give me a charisma
Cinder-
save.
Cinder looks at Snow though while he's like literally going to space and is like, "Hey, that means my boss likes you, so you should probably like leave something here for him."
When you're like looking, Pete. By the way, you just get like pleasantly drunk. The taste is still indescribable.
Oh.
But it's really not like it's a happy drunk immediately. But Snow, because you are tripping balls, when you look at the Wayfinder statue, the knots in the wood and everything, it really makes it look like there's like 1,000 moving eyes on this like
shit.
spade-like head almost. Because it's not an accurate to what the Wayfinder actually looks like. It's like a kind of very smooth worm thing. And it looks like just the way you're drunk is like this eldritch thing with many eyes.
Okay.
He is kind of an eldritch thing.
He is a eldritch thing with many eyes. That's kind of why this is the way it's taken in.
I guess I'll leave something like Cinder suggested, but I don't really have anything to leave.
This is like the 4th time that's happened to Snow.
He'll.
You need to start
you know-
buying gifts to just have in your bag and give to people.
He likes lost things or something you found. Maybe if you found something, you can put it down there. Like it doesn't have to be anything big.
Okay. He'll leave. Oh my god, I have those fireballs. I forgot about that. He's not gonna leave that though.
I'm like, oh, fight the meatballs.
I'm looking at my inventory. I forgot. I have a whole ring of fireballs, don't I? Oh god.
You
All
do.
right.
It's a giant ring. It's banded to your arm right now.
Oh, you know, okay. I have one normal sized javelin left. I'm gonna leave that
Sure.
because in Snow's mind, he's like, this is a useful tool, but now I have giant javelins. Maybe this javelin will serve someone else as they find their way.
How many times have you lost your javelins?
Many times.
See, someone else. He'll make sure it gets to someone else. Do you
Yeah.
want a drink? And she holds it out to Vincent and Adelhard.
Oh,
Pretty nice.
Jesus.
could I have another sip?
I'll take a drink or two.
Okay.
All right. Give me a charisma save, Vincent.
Oh no.
You're gonna
I'm
have
gonna
more
really take a
drinks,
drink,
Snow.
too.
You're not gonna do another. You're just gonna have more
darn.
effects.
Okay,
We're not
okay.
sitting here doing the magic table rolling all day. It's only if you
Okay.
fail at the first
Okay,
time.
he'll have one more sip, but then that's it.
Oh yeah, roll me a d10,000, Vincent. Baby.
Deep's just like chilling out, just like, yeah, this is pretty nice.
What happens
No.
if Cinder drinks it? Nothing.
D10,000.
Yeah. / roll 1d10,000. Cinder is just it's wine. It's more flavorful from the wine here, but it doesn't have supernatural
Yeah,
effects on you.
she's just like trying, taking big swigs.
It's literally like, and there would be normal wine that wouldn't have these effects too. It's like you were describing it as an explicitly magical wine. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay. I need to look at Vincent's character art for a sec.
Oh no!
Oh no.
He's gonna
Oh,
turn into
no.
a furry.
I've been ready for the. I have the Vincent persona art ready. No.
Oh no.
It's just a picture of Blythe. It's just
No, because we're gonna end up with thingy, that VTuber making a thirst pose.
so.
God.
Then we can have the
There's
guy who
nothing
plays
wrong
Blythe
with being
read
a
off
thirsty
Vincent.
VTuber, okay?
Yeah.
No, then we can have the guy who plays Blythe read off Vincent's lines. It's good.
That's true.
Who are you? I will just say, on the opposite side of the table from where you are, Caster's pockets fill with popcorn which starts to pop. Would have been good. But it's not. You gotta drink it, and you know that you have the taste is indescribable. It's excellent. You're immediately drunk. The fabric of your gloves seems to wear away. It just sort of seems to no longer be there. It's as if it just fades away, like only on your palm.
I had gloves on, right?
What
I
happened to
didn't
his
think
hair?
so.
Do I look different?
Bear in mind that this part still has the glove on. This part
It no longer has
empty.
it.
Yeah.
Can I take the glove off?
When you do that, this with the other hand, this whole part just disappears. This is gone.
But this is still glove.
At that point, it's gone. From the whole hand you tried to remove
Oh,
a
the whole
glove
thing.
from because you touched it. Your touch is making the fabric just disintegrate.
I don't know what to do with my hands, guys.
It's like that guy who turns into the Skittles.
This is a Ricky Bobby scene.
I would like to mention at that point, Alhal just turns around and says, I wait for you at the entrance.
I don't know how to fix that.
What do you mean? What's wrong with me?
Nothing's wrong with you. You're a nice, accomplished young man, I'm sure, but your hands are like making noises. She just turns and follows.
I'm just gonna
Is
leave
it-
him.
Is there anything else around us here?
There's the statues,
gonna-
there's the trees,
Oh, no.
there's
Don't touch the
people.
Yeah, she doesn't actually leave. She's like, I don't know how to fix this.
Don't touch the statues. It's
She
gonna...
looks at the statues. Boss.
I imagine you have been aware of wild magic, unpredictable chaos magic taking place before. It is unfixable other than just basically replacing the body that has been fucked over with chaos magic, which is theoretically possible and very expensive. You're probably gonna have to live with whatever the change is. What do you want to touch next?
Yeah, I want to know what you touch next. Sounds fun.
Cinder's like,
I'm gonna reach down and just touch the ground.
Ground is still ground.
Oh,
The
let's
grass
go.
is silky.
Wait, it's silky, like the material of his gloves. Oh no!
His
He
gloves are
turned
no
them.
material now. You still have like the wrist parts and stuff, but the hands are just
What?
gone.
what happens if you touch your hand?
I don't want to learn that.
Don't you have
I
the
also-
cleric man? Can't he grow your hand back? Do people not grow hands back here? Okay, well, try touch.
Humans' hands do not just grow back. They once they're gone, they're gone.
Well, that's stupid.
I quite agree with you. It would be quite wonderful if my hand could grow back anytime I lost it. But as of now, I just have to try not to lose it.
Wait,
Well,
do your
I mean,
hands
you
grow
just
back,
touched-
Cinder?
What?
Do your hands grow back?
I don't know. I've not lost my hands. I've been really good about, keeping my appendages attached to me.
But
Just-
okay.
Hold on.
These grow back, and she points at the horn.
Peep's gonna like tear off like a little bit of like fabric from their shirt, just like it's probably a bigger chunk than he wants. 'Cause he's
Yeah.
drunk. But like, and like puts it on the table, like touch that and see if it disappears.
I'll
You do.
tap it.
From where you tap it, it disintegrates.
So you can't touch clothes.
Wait, am I
That would be
naked?
really great
You're not-
bedroom trick. I don't think that's what you
I
want
was
right
gonna
now.
say that, but I was like, Snow
This is the
wouldn't say
best
that.
ERP power ever. Once.
I was gonna say that, but I was like, Snow would definitely not say that.
Oh, Cinderwood.
So-
Maybe you're. No.
Just
That looks like you can't take your clothes off now. Ever. I'm sorry. Maybe if you take another drink of the wine, it'll reverse it. I don't know. I've not had this happen before.
We should talk to Sabriel about this. thing.
Yeah, I think this is a shiny elf problem.
I will go find Sabriel because I don't need to be disintegrating cloth every time I touch it.
I don't think Sabriel's gonna be happy about this.
Sabriel, hold on. I don't even know if Sabriel's got something that can.
I don't think Samurai has any way to fix this. Like I said, the way to fix wish effects are benevolent intervention or replacing the body.
So okay.
Because Vincent isn't
Consider-
sick or cursed. Vincent's body just does a thing now.
He's a property.
It just has a property. The property is dissolving cloth.
Cinder's gonna grab him by the shirt.
It
I
does seem
pull
to be.
Vincent's
It does
life
seem to be
and
localized
shit.
through the hands, though, right? Like it's
Just
not
a
Oh, yeah,
what
palm.
I'm
what about his
wearing.
Just a
feet?
palm. Rest of your clothes are
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Cinder's gonna grab his arm and be like, wait. I don't know that Mr. Shiny Elf might be able to fix this. But come here. And she like drags him over to the one of the statues, whichever one she thinks might be able to fix it.
Which one do you think would be able to fix this? You know the Archfey better than anyone.
Bob, is it Boss or Magic Man? Boss or Magic Man?
Who's
Magic
Magic Man? Who's Magic Man? The Wise?
The Jester?
that one.
The wise.
Daddy. She's gonna
Okay.
take him over to.
Daddy.
Daddy.
Take him to
the
Daddy.
wise. Who really looks like Granddaddy. Actually, you've seen a statue of the wise before in the king's palace. The wise is a very old looking. Elves don't have beards. This one does. This elf is almost all beard and almost goggle-like glasses, almost crone-like, but wizened, respectable, and holding a staff that is also the. At the end of the staff is a globe that is the world.
I really like the imagery when you said he was almost all beard.
Whatever you're imagining you're right.
So
I'm
Cinder,
imagining the old cartoon Gandalf. It's literally just all beard.
Cinder will take Vincent because I'm assuming the wise and the Wayfinder statues are like next to each other, probably.
Everything is next to each other. It's a big garden.
Well, like close. Ish. She's gonna point him.
Yeah.
She's gonna point at both of them. She's gonna be like, one of these two people should be able to help you. So just ask nicely. I can try to vouch for you if they answer, but if they don't, then I don't know what we're gonna do.
Oh no.
So I've got to ask them.
Yeah. Actually, hold on. Maybe I can try. The boss. I may have given a human wine, and now he can't touch anything that has cloth on it. Well, that is very entertaining for the type of shenanigans that I know you enjoy. Can you or Granddad help me fix this? I don't know how to fix this, and they've got a spooky, sparkly man elf. But I don't think he can fix it.
You say this out loud. There's no response from the Wayfinder. You imagine, yes, he probably did hear. Yes, he's probably laughing. And he's just not gonna fix it because he is an archfey, and that's fucking funny. But he's not lost. He's found a new ability.
We kind of fucked around and found out.
You
so
did.
I don't know.
That's what happened. I had a campaign with someone. I gave someone a ring, and when they rubbed it, it rolled on this table. And they rubbed it, and every time something good happened, they didn't even think of the possibility that something bad could ever happen. And then one day, their hands, all their fingers fused together.
Wait,
and they were like, "What happened? How could this happen?" I was like, "It's dead 10,000 options."
Sword hand.
C-3PO'd them.
Yeah.
Is Snow's thing permanent too?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wait.
Snow has lost a quarter of his weight. He's still the same size. He's just lighter now.
Dude, he weighs as much as a human now. A big human, but
well, she's still under the impression that the boss did that because he likes him. No, Vincent, she realizes there's no answer, and she realizes she probably got heard.
At this
time
point,
to try, Granddaddy.
The amulet that you got to talk to the jester starts glowing green and jiggling, like Fae vibrate, but it's not like you. It's just it's like a bug.
Yeah, do I run faster proportionally now?
She pokes it, yes,
into Cinder's mind. Although, actually, what would be pretty funny if, like phones, if you were close enough, you could actually hear, because it's like
Cinder
weird
just
Fae
opens her
telepathy.
mouth. It's like that. It's like fucking Lilo and Stitch with the friggin' the record player. She opens Stitch's mouth.
Little rabbit, did you kill whoever ruined the little party in my honor yet? Did you kill? Did you take their innards out and splay them all around? You were there, right? You did it. You did
Well,
do
I
it.
I stepped into a hole and fell out of space and time for a minute, but they killed the giant leader.
Revenge murder is no time for more lesbian antics, little rabbit.
What?
No, I actually fell into a hole in space and time again.
Listen, that definitely counts. It's under the right category.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Well, it's done.
Mostly, yeah.
Oh, but define mostly. I never want to be mostly on anything. I want everything. I want it complete. Usually, not always.
I'm laughing in the background, like.
You know, like Varim is there, just as
he's like sitting
just
right
as in
there,
the phone,
like...
and Varim is there because they're like the Archfey are dating.
She's like, well, they killed the giant leader, and then we're gonna take the other giants and take them far away from your forge.
Okay.
I don't know about the spooky elves, but the giants are gone.
Oh, that's so boring. And she hangs up.
Wait, can you fix it?
The gem is now just a stone for now. She has hung up.
The last thing Cinder hears is just Farum cackling in the background.
Yeah.
So are they gonna fix it or?
Well, he's not. He thinks it's funny. But when you try Granddad and she like puts her ears down and like walks over.
What do you mean? He thinks it's funny.
He's
Vincent,
an
maybe. Well, think about it this way, Vincent. Maybe, I mean, like, I'm not gonna help you get dressed in the morning, but maybe Goldie could, you know.
You help him get dressed in the morning, or
No.
you two?
Someone's
saying
gonna have
it-
to help me get dressed in the morning, otherwise my clothes are just gonna dissolve.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's-
can help you, but I'm really short, so it might take
Goldie
me a
can do it.
minute.
Goldie still has a physical body, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Goldie.
Well, let's ask Daddy, and she just turns around, doesn't say anything. She's like, "Oh, I fucked up."
So you go up to the statue of the wise, this almost crone-like, mostly bearded elf.
Shit, sorry.
Hi, Granddad.
Bear in mind, still a statue.
Yeah,
Fae
she
god.
knows. She knows. She knows. But she doesn't know what else to call him. Mr. Granddad Wise. I gave a human some wine, and now he can't touch anything that is clothing-wise, and it kind of disintegrates. Is there a way to fix this? If so, like, drop a pebble once from the tree. Or knock twice on the rock. She's just like, give me a sign.
There's, on this statue of the wise, there's a little thing, almost looks like a flute. And after like a couple of seconds, just some smoke starts to billow from it.
Oh no.
And that's all the response you get. It's not like a lot. Just a little, just enough.
Cinder's just like,
So I'm just stuck like this forever.
touch the smoke. Maybe that'll do something.
I will wave my hands to the smoke.
Roll another D, 10,000.
You,
Here, you can touch my cloth. You can touch my little, what is this? I don't know. I found it on the ground. Here.
the little cloth scrap that you found on the ground disintegrates. Your touch still disintegrates cloth.
Oh no!
He said no.
It's a long shot. People be like, just like very quietly while they're all busy with this, like, can you do anything? I know this is a long shot and you can never respond to me, but please, is there anything at all, please? I'll do anything you want. I'll go back for those giants if you really want me to.
Peep. When you traveled through the portal between the realms very briefly, you had the sensation as if the floor fell out from under you, as if almost like sleep paralysis. You have that sensation
Uh-huh.
again, except for now the floor doesn't return. All you see is blackness all around you, and you feel no floor, a constant sensation of falling, like the pit in your stomach is the world and all that exists. That sensation is quickly joined, but not completely replaced, by a searing heat, a biting cold, and a burning of acid in the air. 6 red eyes, as if 3 heads were looking at you. The eyes being almost draconic in shape and placement, peer through the darkness.
You beg, little whelp. I can only give the slightest gifts to dragons. Would you want to know what it is to be a dragon? Truly and completely. For now I have given you the littlest breath of dragon's flame deep within your species' parts. But I can fix this human, this temporary creature that you have some strange attachment to. In return, you will have to learn what it is to be a dragon in the eyes of the world.
People like what? Like
Isn't that it?
okay, but what does that mean? I'll accept. I just want to know what it means.
Few make deals knowing the truth of their consequences. Let this be a lesson. It's not even step 1 in becoming a dragon.
Peep, you return to the forest. You've not moved, no time has gone, but you are completely sober. If you could sweat, you would. The only feeling of warmth you feel is the ring on your tail. And it hurts.
Okay. Pat everything quickly. Okay, I have everything. Okay. Okay. I walk over a little, like, trying to play it cool. I Vincent, I think it'll be okay now. Here, I like tear another bit off. This like a very like a small strip. This like hold it out.
You can touch the cloth. It feels like cloth in your hands. Doesn't disintegrate, doesn't disappear. Seems fine.
Ow.
Seems like you're cured. All you lost was your gloves.
I'm sorry.
Vincent is obviously troubled.
I just had a feeling.
Well, so we fly back to the planet bar. Yes.
Yeah.
Can I come with you guys?
Sure.
I think I still have to figure this out.
We will figure it out together. No worries.
Sorry about the wine. I didn't know that you were gonna like. Just does like the Jack Sparrow finger thing.
Sometimes we have to learn lessons in our own way.
Yeah, like don't step in a rabbit trap thinking it's not gonna catch a foot. Done that before.
Seems like a good lesson.
Yeah.
The snow is still like jumping up and down, like trying to figure out. He's like, oh, it's so much easier.
Right. With the drunkenness wearing off, you can return. At this point, it's just, night. Pretty deep at the middle of the night by the time you return to the Moonbrook. Sort of sneaking into this semi-holy place. This beautiful crystal lake that's reflecting the well, there would be moonlight. And the stars as well. And where from which the aqueducts feed the rest of the city. And there is the Rock of the North. Your golden tower parked just awkwardly on its like spindle, because it's kind of it lands, but it doesn't have any legs or landing gear or anything with its steps down. And Sabriel's probably already there, waiting for you. Like, what took you so long? But probably knows better than to ask.
Hey, Sabriel.
Hey.
So
Who's
be
ready?
careful
What?
be careful of her wine.
Yeah, be careful of the wine. It tastes good.
It's really nice.
Just a
Didn't
little.
do anything at me, but it kind of did some other. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
Also, she's coming with us. I hope that's cool.
Just don't teleport my ship to weird places. Or not my ship, our ship, the ship. Don't like toss it into like some astral sea, but I suppose that's okay.
Welcome to the rock.
Otherhold will just comment, I am still confused why you call it a rock. It is clearly a tower.
Yeah, I don't like the name either, but they
It's made of rock.
decided and I was outvoted. Cinder's like,
You can't just say, ooh, I don't like that, and not offer solutions.
I don't see a reason to name it, but I will let you have your little, sentimental things. It's a building to me.
Well, but think about it like this. What if we like what if we are going into battle on it or something?
It's not a horse. We've gone into battle with the city and we've not called it, it's Tower A, B, C, and 57. It's just...
Wait, but the city has a name. It's High Thundral.
Mm-hmm.
So this can have a name.
But that's
We
a
could-
city.
Like
We could just call it Goldie, since Goldie kind of inhabits it.
That's true.
Call it Goldie.
I don't care what you call it. I'm just here for the ride. You call it whatever you want to call it.
Speaking of, Goldie, can you set us a course to get back to the Planivar?
Yeah, the front door will kind of close in and up against itself and flat and shut, and anything that could move and wiggle is secured, and the tower will start floating off into the sky quite smoothly. The trip takes, I think, 3 or 4 days? This trip, when flying,
at least, right?
when flying in a flying tower. But you can take off with a new party member in tow. An old one getting increasingly more and more confused, and some eldritch after effects of one's actions. Actions have consequences, but with a mission to bring the fire giants to a peaceful new life. It's going to be something you have to start, but it's going to be something. Who knows if any actions taken today will have consequences, but we'll find that out next week. Look at that, almost exactly on the hour. I'm done. Do this.
I was expecting like Peep to turn into a dragon right there, and we had to like fight Peep or something. I was like, oh no.
Not yet. Not yet.
Ugh.
No. I think
I
next
was
time
like-
Cinder's gonna try and find like a moment to talk to Adelhard though and be like, listen, I'm sorry for all the craziness.
Wasn't I mean, Peep's goal is to become a dragon, so this is like a win-win, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just the steps to get there that are worrying.
What's that meme? When will you learn?
Oh.
When the person offering you power does an evil laugh, you know.
On the flight, Adelhard will have a question for Sabrina, but that can wait.
Yeah, that can be literally next week. I'm sure there's lots of
So,
discussions
I've-
after everything that happened.
I find it funny though. The evil dragon started doing the evil cackle laugh in the bad malevolent
It was
way, and then
good.
Varum's like cackling in the background because haha, touch you make things disappear.
The Baron, who is the Wayfinder, is like, mortal fucked around and found out. That's fucking funny. Varum is probably the kind of person who was like, oh, if this could actually genuinely ruin this person's life, I'll fix it eventually. But the jester
Eventually.
and the wise didn't do a no. That was like a interesting.
I'm curious what their reaction was where it's like, we'll fix it eventually, and they check on it and it's been fixed.
Oh, they're gonna be like, Varum's just gonna be like,
Huh. You know, you think that these grand beings care deeply of mortal affairs.
no.
They don't. They're
He's
too
just gonna
busy.
take a look at it and be like, huh, that's neat.
Oh, okay.
Weird, but
Yeah.
neat.
Only reason Micro cared is because Peep was constantly asking. You know what? It works. It's one way to get in with the big boss. But that's it for today's session. We'll come back for one next week. Why don't we talk about what everyone else has going on, and then we'll come back around to me, starting with Zach.
My big thing is I am starting to direct a show this week. I have auditions for As You Like It on Monday and Tuesday. I'm picking the cast by Friday, and then we start rehearsals the following week with the first table read and then of course table talks. So it'll be a good, cool, long summer. It's a really neat space we're doing. It's a found space theater, so it's not like an actual like traditional theater. It's gonna be more of a theater in the park style kind of thing, and it's really gonna be kind of neat. I'm very excited about it.
Nice. It does. I'm very excited to hear how that goes. That's much was cool. Poetry.
Yeah, I've my Sunday game that I stream has been on a bit of hiatus. I'm not sure about. We might be doing that tomorrow, but regardless, I do lots of streams recently. I've been doing a lot of Pagel speedrunning. I did a 12-hour speedrun the other day, so that's fun. If you want to watch me waste time playing an arcade game from 15 years ago, it's a good time. That's about it.
Peggle is kind of timeless though. The original.
Yeah,
one.
it is. Yeah, it's fun.
It's just solid. A lot of those PopCap games were. They had a really good head on their shoulders, and then they got bored.
Yep.
AJ.
Yes. I do art on Twitter. That stuff here. And if you like Warhammer, Star Wars, or all sorts of science fiction, fantasy sort of stuff, you can follow me. I talk about it a lot.
Peep.
Oh, I'm Peep. I just do shit posts on Twitter and on YouTube. I have almost everything in place to do what I plan on doing, which is a you laugh you lose stream for getting 100,000 subs.
Nice.
But now we're at 125, so it might
That's
end
crazy.
up going
Whoa.
pretty high before the stream even happens, because I may or may not be getting a new webcam, which is a better quality than this like 10-year-old piece of shit. So yeah, once that's in, I have the hot sauce ready. The Virgil cosplay has arrived. I will be doing the stream in it for the full thing, because why not?
Do you think Virgil likes hot sauce? I don't think he could. I don't think he would.
No, but I can barely handle hot sauce either, so it works. I mean, I do also have
Method
under my
acting.
TV, I have the Yamato, and I can do the full pop thing. So
Okay, that's neat.
So yeah. Other than that, it's just been the usual YouTube and Twitter shit posting. That's kind of been it.
And Ori.
Hi, I'm Ori. I apologize for the overly chaotic character today. She was extra today. I am sorry.
She's
But-
Faye.
Yeah, but it was extra Faye today. But anyway, hi, I do art and other things. I might stream some art later tonight. I don't know. We shall see. I do have commissions open. My private commission queue is completely open right now. I'm just working on a set of commissions for a visual novel, but I need private commissions as well. So, yeah, you can check that out on my Twitter, wherever sat on the screen. I don't know. And yeah, I don't have anything else right now.
Alright. Then there's me. First of all, this show is supported by Patreon. For $5 or more a month, you get access to an extra show on Mondays. It's a Thieves game. I waived the, this is the final quest. When you take it, wrap up all your side quests, this final quest. But they haven't really taken it yet. I'm kind of dangling it more. Getting closer and closer. And there's also other stuff on my Patreon. I have been not be streaming much recently. I have been both unwell and my schedule just hasn't really allowed for it. So I am on a bit of a stream hiatus. When I continue, I have a ton of things I want to do, but I've also been working on a project that is technically a game. It's not really going to be a game you can play, but if you are interested, I do post of that on my Patreon. I think it's interesting, and if it ever gets to a different stage where there's a lot more to show, I hope you people will like it. But that's just kind of what I've been soaking a lot of my time into right now, which is why there's not been so many other streams. So thank you for all the people who are supporting and subbing and bidding and all the things that people do nowadays, because I know there's not a whole lot of stuff going on, but it's good for me and my health. It lets me work on stuff, and you guys supporting me allows me to work on stuff, and that's what it's all about. We're going to say thanks to our Patreon supporters, and then we'll see you next week for what comes next.